And we are live. How does it get any better than that? Hello, guys. What day is it, Esther?
What day is it? It's Thursday. It's a happy day.
Every day is a day for more choice and more happiness. Hello,
And
guys.
to
My name is
receiving.
Rach. Oh my God. Let's start with that actually, which is the whole premises of access consciousness, which is what is it that you're actually unwilling to receive, you know? That's one of the big ones. We are going to have a conversation tonight. I'm a advanced joy business facilitator. It's a body of work that was birthed out of access consciousness, and it came into place. I don't know if you know this, but Simone Molasses had this genuine joy of business, and she loved to create. And she thought everyone was like that. She thought people functioned like that with business. And so this work was birthed joy business, and it is all about business done from no judgment and from ease, joy, and glory. Believe it or not, it may shock some people. And I just want to say, as a joy business facilitator, I have been facilitated into this space where things can get created with ease. And I know you've tons of questions for me tonight about this.
Yes, I do. Hi, I'm Esther, and I've got tons of questions for you for this coming Saturday. And the title is More Time,
What's
More
on
Money,
Saturday?
More Joy. More time, more money, more joy. Facilitation by Rachael.
No, you wouldn't want that, would you? More time, more money, more joy. You absolutely would not want that in your life. That's something that, you know, might not be of any interest to you, FYI, you know. So here's the thing. I want to tell people this. This Saturday, I will be up in Manchester. The class will be at 2:30 to 6. This class, Create More Time, More Money, More Joy, is actually a class for all. Hey, Celine. Hey, people. This class is a class for everyone who's a bars facilitator, and they can facilitate it all over the world. And I will be online and live from Manchester, 2:30 to 6. We would love for you to join us. We're going to now have a discussion about the class, about business, because this is an area, your viewpoint about business is something that can stop you very easily creating the life that you'd like to actually create.
Yes. And I think what I want to say here is, like, we're so used to hearing one point of view about what business should be like, or we have this idea, interesting points of view that creates our reality, what business is like, and therefore we don't even step into that energy of creating our business. So I got a few questions. I've read through the manual, which you'll also be getting as a bars facilitator. And the great thing is, my question was, how do you get out of your head? So how can feelings lock you out of your business, for example? Good old feelings.
Oh, nothing like a nice old feeling. So I'm going to step you back a little bit in that
Sure.
most people don't realize that if you go into a feeling, that it actually stops you from creating your life. What we're talking about here is there's an electrical component to a feeling. So if I'm crying or upset, and I say I'm upset, you know, one of the things, your life is your business. This whole 2.5 hour class is your life is your business, and your business is your life. And I was talking about this in Dublin recently, and I had 12 men around the table, and every single one of them said, yeah, my life is my business and my business is my life. If I am upset about like a family member, or upset about something financially, or upset about someone who's sick, it absolutely affects my life and my business and my action. So one of the things I want to say to people is the difference between going into a feeling, okay, and being aware is that you might be aware of an energy. There might be someone upset. How the feeling can stop you is you can spend a few hours crying or an upset or angry. Talk to a guy today who's very, very angry, and it stops them from actually being present. Because when you're in a feeling, first of all, you're in a conclusion. And create more time, more joy, more money. We know that people in the world who create the most are the ones that are actually functioning from question. They don't think that every question creates a possibility. And if you look at highly successful people in life and business, they never ever conclude that they have it right or the answer. Instead, what they do is they actually continue to ask questions. They continuously awaken to more business, more life, more possibilities. One of the things in business is to trust what you know. Now, if you have a feeling, oh, I can't do this, or something like that, where is the trusting that you know how to generate business? There's absolutely no trust there whatsoever. So,
And sorry, go ahead.
no,
What came to me was feelings also something from your past. So if you're trying to create your life from your past, then you're going to have to always think about the safety nets that you're going to bring in, and therefore that might actually stop you from creating the business or your life that you want.
This is brilliant that you said that, because there's an electrical component to feelings, and some of them are very known and old familiar, I want to say, sensations in the body. So if you automatically go into feelings, how much are you cutting off your awareness of possibilities and what you can create? Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah, oh, for sure. So basically, feelings, please be that you can ask a question. What is beyond this feeling, and what am I aware of beyond this feeling? Particularly, I'm in London at the moment, and there was so much density and thought today. And I took a walk in the countryside, and I was talking to my business and asking it questions. This is another crazy thing that we do in Access Consciousness. We talk to our business because everything has a life force to it. Everything has an energy to it. And in this class, you start to ask your business to contribute to you. You start to talk to your bank account. You start to talk to clients. What can show up for me today? What can show up for the business today? What are the magical possibilities? Who can I talk to? This class is phenomenal class. I suppose the thing about me, Esther, is that I'm actually interested in creating something different in the world. And this class is for you. My daughter said to me tonight, she's 21, Mom, I'm going to be working for a long, long time, probably till I'm 70. That means 49 years. This class is for you if you would like to create something different for yourself with work, with business, and with the generation of money.
And also something that I want to bring up here is like these tools do work. I mean, I'm hearing a lot, for example, when I speak to other access facilitators, you know, there is a certain timeline, i.e. like maybe over the 7 years, where you allow more and more of the energy to start coming through, because it's also about receiving, really. And I think that's the wonderful thing that I can see. A lot of facilitators actually have been very successful. It's not just a few, but a lot of you guys are being successful. I know I don't want to put you over there, but that is the reality at this moment, where you are coming on so strong at the moment, where you're saying, listen, I've built this up, I've started using these tools and it's working, it's there. And even I found access, let's say in 2015-16, and I can see there's changes, there's differences happening all the time, because I'm working with the energy, not with the thoughts or the feelings.
I mean, what you just said, like, it is a phenomenon. Access consciousness is a phenomenon of consciousness, which means everything is willing to contribute to you, everything is willing to gift you. And for me, my first Joy Business class was 2015, which is 4 years ago. I got myself to London for a 3-day class. I slept on a friend's couch because I really wanted to get to this class. Just had barely, enough to get there. And if you'd have said to me 4 years later that I'm an advanced Joy of Business facilitator, which takes a lot of qualifications, we do a lot of classes to facilitate this work. And if you'd have said to me that I was talking to people all over the world about Joy Business, I would have went, oh my goodness me, are you kidding me? Like, I get to meet the most amazing people. Like, I know Sally's on here, Edith, Henrika, Teresa, Burr. Like, I'm looking to create a change in the world. And what I see with these tools is, and I reckon this is the phenomenon behind it, is that when you're willing to add to someone else's life, when there's an energy in this, and I don't even know how it works. I do know how it works. I do know that it does work. So there seems to be this energy when you're willing to actually contribute to someone's life, when you're willing to make their life better, and you're willing to travel. And we travel, we get out there, we get up and pull our socks up, and it takes a lot of courage. And when you're willing to actually show up and contribute to people, the universe gifts to you in ways that you can't even begin to imagine. I mean, so for me, the gifting and receiving that you talk about with these tools, I've seen all of my friends, and I have some very, very dear friends and dear colleagues, that, yeah, we have been successful in the creation. We have gone beyond creating, small jobs, small lives that don't fulfill our very being and the wealth of our being. So, and the other thing is that fair play to them, because it takes courage to actually outcreate the limitations that we are entrained to. If you're on here and you're watching this, please give yourself a little pat on the back tonight, just touch your arm and just say, hey, you know what, that we can even have conversations about how much we're entrained to fit in and to do mediocre. And particularly as a woman, I was brought up an Irish girl in it wasn't even working class. It was a rough area, Cork, very little money. So I wasn't supported to be brilliant, and I certainly wasn't supported and educated in generation of money and generation of business. It wasn't part of my upbringing. So for me to even have conversations that I'm having now, it is an absolute miracle. And
Yeah.
I don't have to, I'm not saying that to prove anything. I'm saying that because that is actually the truth of it,
I mean, I did have a few other questions, but something that keeps popping now for me is actually visibility. I think this is what this class can also do for you, is actually starting to get you to show your potency, actually your visibility, because without you being visible, your business can survive, but it's not living. So have you got any things around how this class can help you with your visibility? Or
Yeah, so one of the things, thanks for saying this, because you talked about potency. For anyone who's watching and they don't know what potency is, it's the ability to change the unchangeable. Because a lot of the times you might have a point of view about what Esther is, she's not good enough. One of my most amazing clients in Dublin didn't have the confidence to create a coaching business, and he is exploding at the moment. Like, he left a testimonial for me today saying, I truly believed that I wasn't good enough to teach this. And for me, one of the things that you're talking about is you have to get over your point of view about yourself, or the construct of your personality. Paula, I see Paula's on here. And so you've got to be willing to not be who you think you are according to your upbringing. I mean, my point of view is about myself. I wasn't good enough. I wasn't smart enough. I didn't know enough about money. I certainly didn't know enough about business. Who am I to be teaching other people? And you've got to outcreate those viewpoints and look at, hang on a second, I am a person, and I am here to create something different on the planet. That is my main, that is for me, to have a kind life, to have a caring life, to have a nurturing life, to have a joyous life. I'm going to have a different point of view about who I am. And every single day I start my day that, how can I be greater today than I was yesterday? And greater today than I was yesterday means that how I treat myself, how I talk to myself, that I like the girl looking back in the mirror, that I'm going to treat her with respect, with honor. Now, when you actually step into that with yourself, you will allow people to see you. You will come out of hiding. And the other thing that, if you're looking to, most people say, allow life to inspire me. We don't say that in Joy Business. We say, create the life that inspires you. Like, for me, I did not want to get out of bed in the morning. I was so depressed, suppressed, pushed down. And when I look at, like, what gets me out of bed in the morning, I love people. It's natural for me. I adore seeing people's faces light up. I adore when I see people around me, my friends, stepping into places that they thought were impossible. I love seeing people going from impossible to possible. Just watching their faces, seeing them light up, loving what they do, seeing them being able to pay for classes, creating more money, paying for a car, take kids for food, whatever those extras, buy a beautiful shirt, get your hair done, like all of these. We have a very different point of view and access about money, which is, money is actually an energy that you be. We're taught in this world that it's something that's separate from you. That's actually not the case. If I was being money right now, what would my life be like? What would this situation be like? So, like, these tools are diamonds. They're absolute diamonds. And what I see is people who think that they're finite and not good enough and not worth it and they're wrong. I see them actually stepping into changing their point of view about themselves. And for me, that's what it's all about.
So where that leads me on to, it's fantastic what you're saying, is of course, you know, business, it's also like this idea of hard work. Now, you've not once mentioned it's hard work. You've mentioned you're busy, but it's not hard work in that sense. And something that Gary Douglas, of course, says, he always asks, where am I needed today to create the most for my business, which is a beautiful question. And so this is coming back to the title, More Time, More Money, More Joy. You know, how would you, or what question, not definition, it's about this working hard, you know, because you can get the best ideas lying in the bath or running around.
Walking in the woods today, you know.
You do that a lot.
I do that every day. Yeah, that's just me. I suppose for me, a friend of mine, Myra, oops, my phone just fell. Oops.
Hard work, no.
Yeah, a friend of mine, Myra, always says, Rachel, be the wealth of your creation comes in your being, and it's so true. So for me, the only thing that makes my work hard is if I have a point of view, it's hard. And this is, I'm also not saying that this is one that has doesn't pop up for me. It has popped up, and it can continue to pop up, because every single day, part of being in business, sorry about the noise in the background, my phone is dangling, I'm just going to pull her up. Part of being in business is that you're growing and you're changing and you're challenging your viewpoints all the time. So this thing of sometimes, does it seem like it's difficult? Is it difficult? No. All you've got to do is, for me, all I've got to keep doing is keep showing up, keep out creating myself. And despite myself, when I get out of my own way, oh my goodness me, it always gets better. I always learn more. I'm always growing more. I'm always asking for more. And the truth about it is, it's not hard work. What's hard work for me is not to create. What's hard work for me is judgment. What's hard work for me is, you know, going around in a thinking mind, abusing yourself with your thoughts when you could be creating something beautiful, or you could be having beautiful conversations. Or, you know, the dad of my kids asked me yesterday what allows me to be more of me. Teaching bars classes. A little child came to my bars class, a 15-year-old Milla. Hi Milla, if you're here. Watching children's bodies become relaxed when they're full of stress. I mean, that's business. Like, business is business. Gary says business is about creating change, and where are we creating change? When we engage with people. And that is just like, that's what business is for me. And for me, business is the elemental that has given me everything I've asked for and more, and continuously. And do I sometimes want to give up? Yeah, for 5 minutes, when I hit a fixed point of view about how I can't deal with something, I always come back to, the universe doesn't ever give you anything that you can't deal with or handle.
So I would say, I would ask, so maybe coming towards the end here, if you've got anything else to add, I would say questions to invite more success will be part of this class as well, won't it? Have you got any questions that we can already start asking or inviting people into this class, you know, who might be thinking, oh, I'm not so sure. So have you got any questions to invite more success into your life?
One of the things you've really got to look at is, are you actually willing to be successful? Are you willing? Because for me, I was more addicted to judging myself. It was more familiar. You've got to look at this. Is it more familiar to receive judgment and criticism and put down? Or are you actually, one of the things about being successful, I mean, you know this story. I had someone show up in a class recently and they said, you're my hero. Like, you know, I absolutely am so inspired by you. And I was like, you know, so you've got to be willing to stretch the muscle and receive gratitude from people when you choose to be successful in business. And, you know, the other thing is that keep showing up. If you keep showing up and you're like, okay, what would it take for me to be willing to be successful? It will come. It will come. Just keep on showing up, keep asking questions. And, you know, if you're going to do this class, all bars facilitators are €50, $50, £50, whatever the currency is in your country. Everyone else is £75. If you're going to choose to do this class, you already have chosen success, because you're saying, I am done with my entrainment. I am done with playing small. I'm going to choose to be and do something greater.
Yeah. And so this class is this Saturday, it's from 2:30 till 6 p.m. And there's
Beautiful
also,
manual.
Beautiful manual. And is that for everybody though? The manual?
Manuals for everyone. Everyone who does the class
Fantastic.
gets the manual. And we will go through, the manual takes quite a bit of time, so we will go through that manual in the class as well.
Yeah,
it will be,
because there's lots of, go on, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying there's a couple of people joining online. I know Marianne and Leslie. If you're joining online, you will be sent the manual via the responder once you pay.
Fantastic. There's so many questions and so many things to get into. And, you know, the great thing with you is you're so ready to be present and willing to be present with all the interesting points of view that come up for your students, your clients, your customers, whatever you want to call us. And yeah, you cut through the BS basically.
And you know, the thing about that is I wouldn't be able to cut through the BS if I didn't cut through my own BS, because I was full of shite. I was so full of fixed points of views, conclusions about what was not possible. And now it's just a different ball game, and the universe is willing to gift us everything. The question is, would we rather our conclusion and how right we are about our limitation, or are we actually willing to be uncomfortable and go beyond those familiar, comfortable places and step into the unfamiliar?
I've just got one more question. So this is not just for access consciousness people. This is for anybody with a business, with an idea, with wanting to change something in their reality, isn't it?
This is for anyone who would like your life, your work, your business, your money flows to create something entirely different, not only for you, but for your clients and the planet as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Rachel.
You're
and
so
I'll
welcome.
be seeing you on Saturday.
And we'll put the link here in the chat as well. Thanks, guys.
All right, and take care. Bye.
Bye.